Alrighty, everybody. How are we doing today? This is a something that's been kind of rattling around in my head for a few months now. Um, Me and my Discord, we have a lot of like discussions about like what characters do and how it's annoying or way too powerful or way too weak and things like that. So I decided I'd do a live stream discussing it and kind of chit chat with the stream bars, see what they think as well. I I see a lot of let's see here. I'm gonna get the social media stuff sorted out real quick. Okay, good. We're saved. We're together. I Come on, pull up already. Okay, there you go. Um, I'm gonna talk about each of the characters in total. Yes, there's some that I have a biased opinion about, but I will try my best to remove that bias while I talk. Just long enough to do this video, this live stream, whatever. Um, so I'm gonna just basically talk about each character and changes that I think would help either improve that character or balance that character. None of this is factual per se. It's basically just from the experience of facing against them and playing with them both. Almost every single character on this roster I've played a few games with each, anywhere from 2 to 7 games, just to kind of get my bearings on like how they work and stuff like that. Anyways, plus I've done Yeti's challenge, as you've all, if you've ever watched any of my Yeti's challenge, you'll see me switch between some random characters. So first and foremost, let's go Adam Warlock. I don't have a lot of complaints about Adam Warlock, honestly. I think that his basic attack should heal allies for a minor amount and hit enemies for a hard amount, like it does, I feel like his basic attack should be added to where if you hit an ally with it, and if an ally runs in front of you, which happens a lot, at least you'll have that slight little, like, I don't know, 50 health or something get added back. The ultimate, pay attention to how long this takes and like how crazily announced it is and how you come back with only like a third of your health. Okay, if it's going to be that big, that bold, that bright, that, hey, I'm over here, come kill us, they should at least come back with full health. Or it should come up a lot faster, or it should be harder to spot. Something. Other than that, all of his other abilities are pretty solid, and I wouldn't change hardly anything, honestly. It's all pretty fair. The passive is neat, but it's kind of, I don't know, useless. Maybe you shouldn't be able to see the enemy until they get out of the cocoon. Like, make it to where as the cocoon is starting to wrap around and bring them back to life, it starts out 100% invisible, and as it gets closer and closer to fully reviving them, it starts, becoming more and more visible, making it easier to spot them, but only after they've already, initiated the process. Don't let us see their exoskeleton as they fly around. We're just gonna follow them and re-kill them. Like, that's kind of stupid. It's a very dumb, system. Anyways, that's Adam Warlock. Like I said, not much change. He's pretty good the way he is. Black Panther, baller. Let's talk. Claws, pretty good. Leave it alone. The ultimate, it's good at times, and at other times it's a little useless. So it's like, it's kind of balanced. It's right where it needs to be. Maybe give it just a smidge more damage, like 3% or something. Anyways, Spirit Rend. This crap, I like how it shows it there, and he's like, there's a pause. He's like, swing, wait, swing, wait, swing, wait. That is not how it is used. It's more like this: swing, turn, swing, swing, turn, swing, turn, swing, turn, turn, swing, turn, swing, turn, swing, turn, swing. Oh, I was only supposed to be able to do it 3 or 4 times. Well, guess what? I'm gonna do it infinitely with no cooldown. So yeah, let's make it to where he can only dash twice, and then he's got like a 5-second cooldown. Anyways, spinny kick, pretty good. Leave it alone. Subtle leaps, neat. Spirit toss. At times is great. Other times it's terrible. It's like, it's really hard to like justify the spear toss. It's so good and so bad at the same time. Like the passive is pretty cool. I do like that. And the combo is neat. Combo's kind of neat. Like I said, Panther doesn't need a lot of change. He just needs some tweaks, some downs and ups at the same time. You know, no, he doesn't need much at all. Widow. Okay, Netties. Please take the sniper rifle out of her hands. Please. We get it. She's an assassin. But in the MCU, we hardly ever saw her use anything outside of a pistol. For the most part, it was the tasers on her wrists and martial arts. Like, pick one and stick with it. Don't make us switch between these. I don't really like the sniper rifle. I love Black Widow, but I hate the whole sniper rifle thing. It's a gimmick that they went with. They were just trying to they were just copy and pasting Widowmaker. That's all they were doing. The ultimate is bleh. At times, it's one of the greatest things you could ever do, and then the rest of the time, it's just terrible. Fleetfoot. This should not be a button ability. This should be clicking your joystick in, Call of Duty style, okay? Any character with a sprint should just be clicking the joystick in. You are taking up a trigger, a button, a keyboard, whatever. You're taking up a key here that could be an actually useful ability. Edge Dancer. This is actually pretty cool. I like the way this works. It's good. It works. So, anyways. And then, yeah, this is, yeah, cool, whatever. I think it should just be the batons. Maybe give her a little bit more health, slightly up her natural defense by like maybe 3 or 4%, and then make her a martial arts character. Take the gun away.
Time for punishment.
Yeah. They tried to make it better by giving her that. Well, guess what that did? That just gives you more opportunity to miss. Let's be honest. If you're not good at aiming in this game, but you want to play Widowmaker, see, I just wanted to call her Widowmaker. Black Widow. Then you're going to run into that problem. You're going to run into the problem of aim. And that just takes away from the fact that she's a badass of a martial art character in the comic books. But in this game, nope. Look at that. It takes like 7 or 8 hits to kill another squishy. It should take anywhere from 6 to 7, not 8, to kill a squishy character. And then a tank, considerably more and such. But the point is, I don't like the Red Room rifle. No, it's not what we want on her. We want more focus on the batons. Anyways, she needs a re-kit. They need to re-kit her from the ground up. Hulk. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't really change much of anything. He's everything about him is pretty cool and works really well. Makes sense. I would actually just leave Hulk alone. He's pretty good the way he is. Captain America. Oh, this guy, okay? I know they went for lore accuracy here, but you also got to keep in mind game balancing, okay? This character does not die, ever. It is so frustrating to watch Captain America run into a crowd and go, Ashimbo! And his health just constantly refills for no reason. No healers around. His whole team is dead. He's 1v6ing, but his health is just continuously refilling all the way to full from 0. And you're like, why won't he die? They're like, well, we went for lore accuracy. It's like, yeah, but you forgot to balance. There's this little gray area you gotta be in, right? You gotta, like, make it to where he can die, just not easily. So I would say decrease his natural armor. Leave all this alone. This is all good. Decrease his natural armor by, like, 15 to 20%, at least. And then make it to where when he activates his ultimate, it increases by that missing percentage, making him harder to kill. But Let this crap shield held high, carve a path, granting both himself and allies along the path continuous bonus health and movement boosts. No! Just the speed is enough. They don't need the extra health. It's so stupid. Anyways, please decrease the armor and take away the healing on his ultimate. Cloak and dagger. To be fair, they've been adjusted enough to where I don't feel like they need any more attention, honestly. I'd leave them where they are. They're pretty good the way they are, I think. Yeah. Doctor Strange. As annoying as it is to go up against somebody who knows how to play this character really well, I wouldn't do anything. I think he's fine the way he is. Maybe give him like 2 to 3% more health. I mean, not health, but armor. That'd be about it. That's about all I would say. Emma Frost. There's nothing to complain about here except for one detail. This shield dies so fast and so easy. Please buff this shield. Either give it a stronger armor barrier or give it like double health, okay? Because it just like, as soon as you put it out, they sneeze and it breaks. It's the most paper thin shield I've ever seen, ever, in any video game. Groot, let's be honest, Groot's broken. If anything, he needs some adjustments downward. Leave him alone for the most part. Hawkeye! Hawkeye used to be pretty terrible. Now he's in a really good spot. I would say leave him alone. He's right where he needs to be. I would actually say this is, he's good right where he is. Hela, about the same. About the same. The Piercing Knight is kind of hard to aim. I know why it's hard to aim, because it does that. It's very, very powerful. But it's kind of hard to aim. But other than that, I'd leave her alone. Human Torch! My man, my boy! My Torch! They nerfed him so hard, he's unplayable. His ultimate's his only good thing anymore. Again, plasma body. Why do we have a button being taken up with a speed buff? That movement should just be me clicking in the joystick as though I were sprinting in Call of Duty. Like, let's be honest. So how about instead of a move speed buff thing, just make it to where he naturally has about roughly 10 to 15% more movement speed without an ability activated. Just simply he's that fast, right? And make it to where when he does the flame on thing where he gets super hot, he gets maybe like a damage buff for 3 seconds. For 3 seconds his shots are doing like serious more amount of damage, but you know, something, I don't know, some sort of drawback. Use your imagination, Eddies. This getting nerfed was so unfair. This was the only contribution that we as Torch players had. Now we can barely get 4 flames down instead of 5 or 6. Which, by the way, 5 or 6 took some serious skill because you had to time the cooldown by the millisecond in order to do it, and it was hard. 5 was easy enough. 6 was like incredibly hard to pull off. I only ever did it a handful of times. Anyways, please fix this to where it does more damage, or we can make more flames or something. I don't know. Or make it to where the more we connect, the more damage we do. You know? Because it doesn't feel like it does anything right now. Like, you'll throw it down on the whole enemy team, all 6 of them, and they will literally just stand in it. They will just stand in it and ignore it because it's not going to kill them. It's not going to do enough damage. So they just ignore it. This is still good. Like, this is really good. Yeah, this works. I would leave it alone. And then, you know, the Blazing Blast is what it is. Please give us more shield than we currently have. 50 shield just isn't enough. I'm sorry, it just isn't. Maybe I'm missing something here, but I mean, let's see here. Taps the power for psychic team. 4-minute blows to human tort thing. Mass grade and grant resistance 1 second. Continuously generate bonus. They do not. That is not true. I have been down to like 10 health and activated that, and it literally only gave me 50 shield. It did not go any more than that. Multiple times. Just sit there. It continuously gives you like 300 shield. No. No, it don't. It gives you 50. Don't lie to me. Please fix this. Invisible Woman. I'll just click on her because, you know, why not? Everything about her is great. I would leave it alone. Iron Fist. Oh, boy. Alright, so I'm a huge Iron Fister, right? I love the Iron Fisty. He's funny, and he's good. However, some adjustments that he's got damage down by about 3%, you know? He's crazy. But other than that, I'd leave him alone. Everything's good. Iron Man. Honestly, the only thing I wish you'd do here is do something about that damn laser in his chest. Everything else, leave it alone. It's great. That laser in his chest is too freaking strong to have that kind of range on it. Like, decrease the range on that laser by, like, I don't know, 5 feet or something. Jeff's pretty good. He's in a good spot now. Oh yeah, let's just follow up and do the thing. You know, we show it on screen and all that. Anyways, Jeff. I used to think Jeff was kind of boring, just a one-trick pony, honestly. Now I like him because of that right there, being able to heal an ally and injure enemies at the same time. Now he actually contributes to the fight while he's healing, like most other healers do. So that's actually really nice. This ultimate it's been adjusted, but I think they still need to debug it a little bit. You can be like 15 to 20 feet in the air and he still gets you. That doesn't make any sense. You can physically see how high he reaches up out of the ground. See how tall it is right there? It's like maybe 4 or 5 feet out of the water. If you're like 10, 15 feet in the air, he shouldn't be able to reach you. I'm just using basic logic there, you know. Hide and seek. Yeah, that crap was annoying, so they put a stamina bar on it. I don't blame them. It was kind of annoying. Even as someone who likes playing Jeff, I understand that it was very annoying and easy to abuse. Healing bubble, only 3. I feel like a 4th one would be far better, far more fair. Everything else, leave it alone. Loki, my boy. I wouldn't change anything. He's fine. That's about it, honestly. Luna Snow. Okay, everybody, even Luna Snow players, agree on this. Not all, but most. This.
I am ready to put on a show.
This right here. Why? Why does it last so long? That crap needs to be like maybe 6 seconds long. 8 seconds at the most. It does not need to be 12 to 15 seconds long. That is insanely out of control. Other than that, leave her alone. Magic? I wouldn't complain. After the buff, Magic has become incredibly powerful. I wouldn't change anything, honestly. She's right where she needs to be. Magneto. I wouldn't really change much of anything. I kind of like him the way he is. He's kind of in a good spot. He's right where he needs to be for now. Maybe in the future, consider the changing possibility. Mantis. Okay, I love Mantis. I love Mantis players. Y'all are some of the bravest, the most annoying healers I've ever met in my life. Where is it? Which one is it? Which one's the one we love? The one we hate? Yeah. This right here. This doesn't need to put you to sleep for 10 minutes. Okay? This is it just feels like you're there asleep for 10 freaking minutes. Here we go. We're going to count it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 whole freaking seconds. Do you know how much crap can go down in 5 seconds? A lot. It needs to be 2.5 seconds and you're back up. That's the only thing I would change. Mr. Fantastic. He's pretty good the way he is. I wouldn't change anything, honestly. Yeah, he's pretty good the way he is. I like him. I wouldn't change anything. Fantastic! The ult is pretty cool. Being able to just continuously hit people allows you to keep going. Yeah. So, anyways, I would leave him alone. Moon Knight! Moon Knight! Moon! Anyways, his onks. They're good, but they're bad at the same time. Honestly. Maybe give the onks just a little bit more health. Not much. Maybe like 50 or 100 more points. Something. Or how about 75? That sounds good. Anyways, Namor. I wouldn't change anything, honestly. Except maybe the Gamma Squid's so good that you pretty much have to rely on it. Maybe fix these little guys here so that they are either just a little tougher or they hit a little harder, you know? They just, you know, in the middle of a fight they seem great, but when you're 1v2 or 1v1, they just seem so useless. Penny, I honestly wouldn't change much of anything. Right where she's at is where she needs to be now. She's she's in that point where she's both incredibly useful and useless at the same time. She's in that gray area of balance where she needs to be.
Step aside.
Psylocke. Psylocke is good if you can get to the ult fast enough. If not, then you're kind of dead weight. I don't mean to be rude or mean, but it's true. If you can't get to that ult fast enough, you just kind of become dead weight. Rocket. Wouldn't change a damn thing. He's actually perfect the way he is. Maybe increase his magazine for the healing balls by 2 more. But that's it. I wouldn't change anything else. Scarlet Witch. Controversial discussion. This right here, this stupid basic attack having an incredibly sniper style range of reach. Either hurry up and debug it or just cut it in half. If it's going to be a trace attack, then they need to take a page from Overwatch's books and decrease the range on it and decrease the strength of the turn of the attack, because it's incredibly annoying that she can attack you, lock onto you, and even if you dash past her, the basic attack never breaks its chain to you, and she just stands with her back to you, burning you to death. That makes no sense, okay? Please, NetEase, fix this crap. Please! Other than that, she's great. Leave her alone. Spider-Man. Everybody knows what Spider-Man needs. He needs to go die in a hole somewhere. No, I'm just kidding. That's mean. I won't say that.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Perfectly fine. I understand it. This crap needs some adjusting. They make it look so easy right there. They're like, oh, look, this is how it works. You just hold the trigger, and it's all good. You can just kind of go where you want, like in the old Spider-Man games. No. You have to aim that crap extremely careful, and you have to memorize every last millimeter of the map. Otherwise, as soon as you do it the first time, you're just going to fly off the map and die. It's as simple as that. This right here should only be that. I do not like the whole thing where he pulls himself to you and uppercuts you and does all this craziness like that. I like it better when he pulls you to him. It makes more sense. To me, I don't know. Anyways. Other than that, he's fine. Squirrel Girl. I love Squirrel Girl. Main the crap out of this character. However, I do not like bouncing acorns. I wish they exploded on impact and had a small radius. They already have a small radius. You can see there, they're hitting the two on the left and not touching the guy on the right. They need to explode on impact, period. No bouncing them and stuff around corners and all that. As cool as that can be, it's more of a hindrance than it is anything else. Because if anyone ever rushes you, that's it. Just put down your mouse, put down your controller, you're dead. Because they're rushing you. They got too close. Every time you shoot, it's going to go right past them every single time for some weird reason and blow up behind them doing 0 damage. Ultimate's fine. Tail bounce, neat, but again should just be an X button, not an ability button. Mammal Bond is okay, but ultimately this should have a weak homing on it. Okay, and hear me out before you freak out. It should have a weak homing on it so that it will slightly turn to try and track down an enemy who's running away. But instead of 5-second cooldown, it should be closer to like 20-second cooldown or more. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the one I meant. This is the one that refills it. This is the ability that needs to go away. Eating an acorn to refill your abilities is kind of dumb, honestly. Like, I don't like it. She should just naturally have a double jump that has a cooldown built in. Do away with this. This should have a homing with a 20-second cooldown. And the tail bounce ability should be something else. Maybe like she grabs a bunch of small acorns and loads them in the slingshot and does like a quick one shot of a shotgun blast, you know? A spray shot that does very, very small amounts of damage but slows the enemy for about 1.5 seconds. You know, something like that. Because then you could go shotgun blast, slow them down, throw the blockade, grab them, you know? She would become more of a character all about like, you know, interacting based upon the situation instead of just standing way back and artillery lobbing a metric ton of, you know, acorns. Just to me that would feel better. Yeah. It's going pretty good, Evelyn. Thank you. We're almost done here, everybody. We're getting to near the end of the list. Star-Lord, I don't have any complaints about Star-Lord. I think his abilities are pretty much right where they need to be. His rocket propulsion, I think, should be about roughly 5 to 6% stronger. You know, a little bit faster. Because they're rocket, you know, but they're not, I don't know, it just doesn't feel fast enough to what we see him as. Anyways, other than that, he's fine. Leave him alone. Storm, another flying character. Let's talk about this. Naturally increase her speed by like 5%. That's about it. I feel like flying characters are slow, which makes no sense. Flying is always faster than ground travel.
I bring thunder.
So why are they slower? Wanna ask me something? Well, what do you want to ask? The Punisher! Actually, I don't have any complaints about Punisher. I think he's fine the way he is.
Judge! Jury!
Evelyn, I'll be honest, you're about the billionth person to jump into my streams offering this. I'm broke. No monies. Not gonna happen. The Thing! I actually like The Thing the way he is. I don't have any complaints about him. He plays good, hits hard, takes beating, does his job right. Thor, same thing. He does his job. He takes his beatings. He does a good job.
God of thunder!
Ultron, make up your mind, buddy. Are you a damage? Are you a healer? Like, make up your mind. That's my complaint about you. Yeah, sorry, I'm not trying to be rude, Evelyn. It's just everybody jumps in here offering, so, you know, it is what it is. Thank you for the offer, though. Anybody who's interested, you know, check out Evelyn, yeah. Evelyn, I do give you permission to post the Discord link if you have one. Thank you for waiting for that instead of just posting it of your own free will. Anyways, I don't like that he's stuck between DPS and healing. Like, it's very annoying. It's very annoying. I hate that. I kind of want him to either pick one or the other, you know? This makes sense for a movement ability on a button. It's a quick dash move, you know? It's a quick, like, jet move out of the way. So, like, it makes sense to be on a button instead of on the joystick. The patch thing's pretty cool. I like the drones. They work really well. The firewall shield thing is cool, but I don't feel like it really does enough, you know? Maybe buff it just a sweet, tiny, tiny amount, you know? Because when he puts it on, boom, 325, you know? It seems like a lot, but for some reason it just doesn't feel like it does that much. Maybe make it 125 instead of 75. You know? Venom. Honestly, I wouldn't change anything. He's great. Winter Soldier. I only have one complaint about this character. One. This.
Armed and dangerous! Again! Again!
So this character in another game, he's called Drogos, and he does essentially the same thing. He flies in with his cannon arm, fully charged up, hits the enemy, and does all of their health plus 10 in damage. If he kills, if he successfully kills with the ult, or picks up the kill by himself, and meaning he gets the last hit, it charges his ult again. If a teammate gets it, it does not charge his ult. Far more balanced, far more fair. This needs to be that he secures the kill last hit, not his opponent, not his allies. Wolverine got his buffs and nerfs and changes and all that, and he's right where he needs to be, honestly. I like Wolverine where he's at right now. He's doing good. So anyways, there you go, everybody. That is my Season 2.5 list of demands of NetEase to fix in this game, if you want to call it that. I think these changes would make the game a lot more fair and a lot more fun. Some of these characters are too strong, some are too weak. I used to be able to secure kills really well with Human Torch for the most part. Now it's a miracle if I get, you know, more than 7 to 10 final hits in a game. For the most part, I get anywhere from 1 to 6. I can get, you know, 30 kills, but I can't get those final hits, and it's just absolutely a god-awful nightmare. They need to fix these characters, and they need to address these issues. Hopefully in Season 3, they will. But until then, I'm Lord Drongo. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this boring video. I needed to get all this off my chest so I can feel better. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Blow up the video, share it, comment, go crazy with it. That way NetEase will see the interaction and think, huh, and check it out. You know, and if you have any suggestions on like characters you like, and how they could fix your character or make them, you know, more balanced or stronger or whatever, you know, throw it in that comment section. Let people know. Let people know your opinion. It's just an opinion. It can't hurt anyone. So. Anyways, I will catch you all next time.